today on Divorce Court.
I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years and I need commitment.
I feel like we still young, we still trying to find our way. She just need to tone it down a little. Like, why are you asking me why am I coming home this late? Like, I'm grown, I can stay out as long as I want to.
He thinks that I act like an old woman, but I think I act like a woman that wants a family.
I'm done cheating. I'm gonna come home every day to her and all that, but you know, let me do what I want to do.
At this point, if he doesn't get it together, I have to leave.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Tatianna Williams and Andre Banks. The two of you have been together for 5 years. You have one child together, and number two is about to make his debut anytime now. Ms. Williams and Ms. Banks, you are having difficulties, and you wanted to come to me to get some help. So, Ms. Williams, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me about your relationship and why you're here to see me today?
I'm here today because about 5 years ago, me and Mr. Banks started dating, and we went to high school together. We had a college class together. We became study buddies, ended up developing chemistry and having a relationship. So from there, we were in a relationship. Mm-hmm. About a year and a half into us being in a relationship, we got pregnant with our son. Mm-hmm. And when I found out I was pregnant with our son, it wasn't my plan to have a baby right then and there, but I rode with it. Him, not so much. He suggested that I get an abortion. He was telling me that I was ruining his life by having kids. When we got pregnant with this one, he really, really wanted me to have an abortion. And that's just not something that I feel comfortable doing.
Mr. Banks, why don't you tell me about that, how you felt about having the children and what your current concerns are today?
Honestly, I didn't think she could get pregnant. She had told me that in her previous relationship, they were having unprotected sex and they were together for a long time and she never got pregnant. So in the first...
Can I say this? Basic biology, it might have been him. You see what I'm saying? He may not be able to create babies. You can't just assume if babies can't be created, it's the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta do the biology.
Yeah, but the first year we was together, we wasn't using protection, we was having sex. I'd say the first year she didn't get pregnant. So I was under the impression that like it was never gonna happen. So when she
It does not work that way, people. It just doesn't.
But when she did get pregnant, it caught me off guard. Like I was surprised. So
you had unprotected sex for a year and you were shocked when she got pregnant. This is what you're telling me.
Yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, I thought if it was gonna happen, it would have happened sooner than it did. So when it did happen, I was just surprised and I felt like I wasn't ready for a baby. I mean, I stepped up, I was a man, I did what I gotta do, you feel me? I still take care of my son.
Why didn't you two use protection? That's what I wanna know. Nobody wanted to have a kid right away. Why was protection not an issue?
To be honest, we were just dumb. We should have, but...
Oh my God, thank you for that.
Yeah, I would say it was, like she said, we was just being immature. You know, we was young. Just me, I know on my part, like thinking I was invincible.
Right.
You know, just immaturity.
I just didn't think it would happen to you.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
you actually ask her to have an abortion?
I did. When she first got pregnant, I brought it up. Like when she first told me she was pregnant, I brought up the option like, so are we gonna keep it? Like, do you wanna have abortion?
Right.
And she immediately said no. So when she said no, it kinda just like.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You got her pregnant one time already.
Yeah.
She has the baby. You continue to have unprotected sex. Why not use some protection since you've already been down that road and didn't want to be there?
Man, honestly, I feel like this baby was like spur of the moment type. Like,
How did what is a spur of the moment baby?
being young and horny, like.
Oh my God.
But did you have a discussion about birth control after she had the first baby?
After she had the first baby, we talked about birth control, but she didn't want to get on birth control because she felt like she didn't want to put those chemicals in her body. So.
There's other kinds of birth control that don't include chemicals.
Correct.
Did you
There is.
assess those?
I told him, why don't we use a condom? He
No,
says,
you.
You're gonna.
lie.
I suggested, why don't we use condoms? He suggested, why don't I get on birth control? So we both wanted our own forms of birth control, and it just never happened.
No, I'm gonna tell you. What'd you say?
You know, that's just horrifying to me.
I know.
Just horrifying. There are 97 different ways to have birth control. You know what I mean? Did you go to a doctor and talk to them about a variety of options? Did you do that?
No, because
Good
to be
God
honest,
of mercy.
to be honest, I just felt like, oh, we have one kid, and I mean, we're both great parents. We love our kid.
That's
and
not the point.
I don't know. I just didn't want to do it. This time, I'm gonna do it. This time I am. I'm gonna do
No,
it this
I
time.
mean,
Did you ask her to have an abortion after the second one?
yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
But you should have known the answer to that. You gotta
Man.
learn, people.
Yeah.
I want to move on.
Okay.
Because I'm about to lose my
Oh my God.
composure. My understanding is throughout your entire first pregnancy, he cheated on you. So I want to know what happened, how you found out about it, and why you're still with him.
I was about 3 weeks away from delivering our son. And he comes in the house frantic. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? What's going on? Is there an emergency? He tells me he's cheating on me again. And then he just walks out.
So is it true he cheated on you throughout your first pregnancy?
Yes.
Tell me about what happened.
So, oh goodness. I found out that he was cheating on me because on Christmas Eve, I received a message from a girl asking me my relationship status to him. And I was thrown off because I was like, why is this girl asking me my relationship status? And I confirmed, yes, we are together, we're a couple. She goes on to tell me, oh no, that's not true. He told me that's not true, you're not together, we're having sex, and it was that. So I waited until he went on his lunch break, and I drove to his job, and I confronted him, and he confirmed that, yeah, he was cheating on me during that time.
Mr. Banks, what's your version of that story?
First of all, I told her me and Tati was together.
The other girl.
Yeah, I told her me and Tati was together. But,
So she was informed that she was the side chick.
yeah.
What was your end game? What did you think was going to happen? Were you looking to make a transition? Were you looking as I got a woman and a side piece, this is cool? I would like to keep this going as long as possible, or were you just going with the flow?
I was just going to flow, with that. I wasn't thinking too hard about it, which is.
You don't think often, do you?
Nah.
Stuff just happens to you. Well, tell me about the second time you caught him sleeping with somebody else.
So, from this point, I was about 3 weeks away from delivering our son. And he comes in the house frantic. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? What's going on? Is there an emergency? He tells me he's cheating on me again. And then he just walks out.
Mr. Banks, your version of that story?
I really didn't feel like me and Tatiana was together at the time. We have an apartment together, so both our names on the lease. So I didn't move out, but I would spend the night at her house, and I would just come back to get my stuff and cause all my stuff was still at our apartment.
But you were with the other woman.
Yeah.
So you just had two. Or were you not sleeping with her at the time?
No, I wasn't.
You were just sleeping over there because your stuff was over there and your head was on the lease?
No, we were sleeping together, and that's one of the things that she did mention when I was on the phone with her, was that they were having sex probably the same day that we were having sex too, because she told me, oh, we had sex 2 days ago. Oh, we did too. So he's lying. We were having sex at the time.
Yeah, I don't believe that you weren't. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because you're not a man in control of your faculties. You're not a man who thinks ahead. You're not a man who has this set moral code and I'm with this other way. You're not that dude. You know, available, do it. That's that dude. Now I gotta ask the $64,000 question to you. You now believe that he is faithful to you. Why in goodness' name would you believe that? Well, you think she's a bit controlling. She says she wants to she monitors your time a lot when you're not at work. Is that how you feel?
Yes.
I understand that though you don't think he's cheating right now, you still don't trust him. I guess he's engaging in some suspect behavior. Can you tell me what the current state of affairs is at your home?
Yes, so I don't believe that he is cheating on me, but during the time that I was pregnant, I would get up in the middle of the night and he would be gone because he would be at the other girl's house. I woke up the other morning, for example, and he wasn't home. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. He was not home. So what am I gonna think? I check my phone and he didn't text me saying, oh, hey, I'm going to a friend's house. I look on social media and given, yes, he was at his friend's house, but just that slight anxiety that I had that he was cheating on me again, it was just horrible. It was a horrible feeling. I feel like everything was happening all over again.
What were you doing out at a friend's house at 2 in the morning?
All right, so I'm gonna put everything in context. I was just chilling over there with my friend.
Right.
But on weekdays, I have a job. I work like an afternoon shift. I work till closing. So I don't get off work I get off work at 10:15. I come home, I shower and all that. By the time I'm done showering and changing, it's probably like 11 o'clock. So, and then at 11, I go kick with my friends sometimes, just like downtime after work, chilling. Like, if I got off earlier, it probably wouldn't be a problem because this will be around, you know, reasonable hours like 7, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. But I get off late,
but
so.
you got a woman and a baby at home and a woman who's pregnant. Wouldn't you spend time with her? Because that's one of her complaints here. She says, you know, we make plans to go to her family member's house and you just decide not to go because you want to go party. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's true. Like on the 4th of July, my family wanted to spend time with our son. So I said, okay, you know, that's fine. I waited for him to get off work because he got off work early that day since it was a holiday. He comes in the house, I tell him, let's go to my family's barbecue. He says, oh no, I'm too tired. I don't want to do that. And I understand he works a hard job. I said, okay, that's fine. I leave to the store to go get some food. I come back, he's gone. I look on social media, what is he doing? He's at his family's house. His family's house spending time over there. But you're not too tired to go over there, but you're too tired to hang out with me. So.
Do you act like you care for her at all? Do you spend time with her and her child as if you are a family?
I do. Her talking about like me being gone, first of all, I don't even leave until after her and the baby is asleep. That's one of the reasons why I'm out late, because I don't leave until her and the baby is asleep. So, and as far as me being at my family's house, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't intend on going anywhere when I got home, but my father called me like, oh, come over, woo. I don't see my dad a lot. So I decided I was just gonna go over there.
Well, you think she's a bit controlling. She says she wants to, she monitors your time a lot when you're not at work. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, all the time, like, if I go out, even like, say it's a weekend and I don't go to work and I like go out to the club and I come home, she'll be like, it's 3 in the morning, why are you coming home so late? And I just feel like I'm grown, like, I could stay out if I want to, like, I don't have a curfew, like, I'm not a little boy.
He is really selfish right now because one example, I had a midterm to do. He tells me, I wanna go watch the football game at my dad's house. I say, okay. During that time, I'm in the middle of my midterm, our son wakes up and is crying. He's still out the door, so he leaves at this point. Long story short, I ended up having a whole bunch of unanswered questions because the time that I spent tending to our child, I failed the midterm because I couldn't answer the questions.
I got you. I see what's happening here. The thing that doesn't boggle my mind, I see it too often for it to boggle my mind, but you really, at the end of the day, want to get married to this
Right.
guy. Because you say, we've got these kids, we're together, and you don't want to wait forever to be married because you want that commitment and bond.
Right.
So we're going to talk about your desire and his desires and mine. You want to marry him?
Yes.
Why?
Well, the reason why marriage is so important to me and the reason why I want to marry him is because I don't want to paint the picture that he is a bad guy, because he's really not. Honestly, he's a great guy. He's a great dad. I want to show my kids that marriage is the ultimate goal when you're in a relationship. I'm pregnant with a girl, so I'm having a daughter. I want to show my daughter basically to get married. This is the way a guy is supposed to treat you if he loves you. You know, I want my kids to basically have a solid foundation. I don't want...
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
You're going about it all wrong, but I got you. Mr. Banks, you don't want to get married?
I'm only 24, like, maybe, I always told her, like, I want to be married maybe when I was 30. But she always presses it on me, like, oh, why you don't marry me, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like we should have other affairs in order, like how she just said, like, she still takes classes right now. Like, don't you want to be done with school? Don't you, like, we have...
It ain't got nothing to do, that one thing got nothing to do with the other. You're in the house with her, you're living together, you're pregnant, you got kids. A piece of paper won't make it going to school any more difficult. That's an excuse on your part. Let me tell you what I got to say. And I want you to hear me. If you want to lay a foundation for your children, if you want to write a script for your daughter, you have to first be able to have a reasonable and rational script yourself. You don't have one. The thing you need to teach your daughter is don't get pregnant until after you're already married. Don't get married till you've already determined that the man that you're with is somebody who has the moral character and the value to marry. You didn't do that. You want to teach him something? Teach him that. Good God of mercy, you're a basic brother and I don't like it. You can be better than basic. Y'all need to do better. You really need to do better. You got her pregnant twice. You're all done being a boy. You gave up that option to be a boy. You gave up the option to play. You gave up the option to do whatever you wanted to until you feel ready at 30. You made an obligation. You ought to do something about it. This matter is adjourned.
I know Andre said that he didn't want to get married right now, but hopefully he can get it together and grow up so we can get married in the next 5 years or so. I would be fine with being engaged for a few years.
I know the judge came down on me hard, but I feel like I'm not basic. Like, I do everything I'm supposed to. I go to work, I take care of my kids. I am being the man. Like, I ain't been a boy since I moved out of my mama's house.